What's up? Welcome to the first ever Sundog social podcast. We are joined by Nick of Fiorin.
Yo.
And we are also joined by our producer Cam on the sidelines. He's silent today.
He's a silent little boy.
Most importantly, we are joined by our very special guests. Crashface, welcome to the Sundog social podcast, the Doghouse.
Yes, mate. How we doing?
Woof, woof, motherfucker. Can I swear?
We're very good. Otto and Charlie, the two main members of Crashface.
Yeah.
Two only members.
Well, see, that was the thing that confused me, because obviously Nick told me you were a two-piece.
Yeah.
And then I watched your videos and I'm like, okay, so there's a drummer. What's going on? Is it like, have they replicated him? Is it CGI? Is he in the background?
He just owes me a lot of favors.
Yeah, he is a real dude. But yeah, obviously we need drums in the videos, otherwise it'll look kind of stupid. So
yeah,
so you're not trying to be royal blood.
No, not at all.
I'm good, man.
Our real drummer is Mac, and he's literally a computer. He does exactly what you tell him to, which is perfect.
Actually, sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't. We're due an upgrade.
So that is drummers for you. That is drummers.
Yeah.
Honestly, like keeps playing while you're tuning and all that sort of shit. Like,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Most welcome. We're very happy for you guys to be here. It is lovely, and we're happy for you guys to be our first ever guest as well. We're going to be having more of Crashface also in our zine, so you'll be able to read that. There's another little interview with those guys, big double page thing.
Yeah,
we're going to be doing a nice little write up. We'll get some nice pretty pictures of you.
Amazing.
Nothing too lewd, obviously. We could keep it kind of.
I don't know, bro.
Charlie. See, I know a thing or two. Actually, no, I've got to be more careful of Otto because I've seen things.
Oh yeah, he's the liability.
Oh yeah, for sure. You never know what's gonna happen, man. A couple more of these. And,
that's the thing with drummers and bassists. You've always got to keep an eye on them. You've always just got to make sure you know what they're doing behind you.
I think
there's a reason why they get the least amount of attention.
Yeah, I'm speaking from experience as a drummer and a bassist. Like,
wait, you were both?
You poor soul. That must have been really difficult doing it. Like, how many hands do you have?
So I keep like the bass between my groin. That's where I do most of that action, and then the drums kind of differ between the hands and the feet. It's sort, you
just hits the hi-hat with the head of the bass.
Sounds impressive.
That has been, it's efficient. It's efficient.
You remind me of the one performer. He's like in Camden Town all the time. And he's like a total
I've seen
hippie.
That guy about, yeah. He's not quite the metal guy in Camden who just shreds.
Oh, he's sick.
I've seen that guy. That guy is
insane. And he stands on the bridge.
Yeah, like kick drum, acoustic guitar, got distortion going on. And you just can't hear a word he's saying. It's fucking great.
That sounds like heaven.
That's Camden.
Yeah.
That's Camden, baby.
Closest you can get to hell, I think.
Yeah.
That's at least what they're going for. I don't know how gentrification's affected it, but.
Yeah, I've got mixed feelings about Camden. I've been going Camden since I was about like 10, and over the years, you sort of like, after you've been all the Chinese restaurants and you've seen all the bullet belts and like beanies in the world, you're like, right, I'm kind of bored of this now.
I mean, there are only so many sex shops you can go into before you're like, I've seen that all before,
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's with you there, Otto.
Hey, am I the only bassist in the room? Maybe.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we're all bassists actually.
Yeah, we're all bassists.
Even Cam is a bassist.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Even me.
Even Cam's a bassist at heart,
I think that just shows how easy it is.
Yeah, honestly, sure. you don't need many brain cells.
You don't need any.
No.
Yeah.
Just root note.
Root notes, that's it.
Paddy has to turn me around to face me towards the audience.
Yeah. Well, the last gig we actually played, you just climbed into the audience by your own volition, and it wasn't even our gig.
I was looking for where I was getting paid.
To everyone listening, I'm on the side of the bassist here. I don't tolerate this bassist slander.
Thanks,
I don't know if it's slander if it's true.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that.
Enough of that. Anyway, we don't want to slander bases too much. We need more viewers and listeners and readers. So, although they can't read, so I mean,
yeah, that's true.
So, you guys put out your most recent video that came out was Molotov Smile.
Yeah, that's the one.
Which was, I was really looking forward to watching it. Can I just start by saying that I haven't actually been able to watch it purely because I have epilepsy. So
okay, yeah.
The first thing that came up was
there's the warning.
Warning.
So fuck, I put that in. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I saved a life.
I did a draft where I didn't have it in, and I was like, it's missing something.
I'm really glad you did. The music was insane.
Good. Thank you, man.
But I just maybe do an unflashy version so I can watch.
Yeah, I'll go through it and see if I can remove all the flashy shit.
Desaturate the entire video.
Yeah. Just give it to you at like vampire mode, 3% brightness.
Yeah.
Perfect. How I live my life anyway.
I know exactly. Sunglasses, like even now, this is too much for me. I need sunnies.
Is that why you're on the Guinness as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. I don't know, black like my soul. To go with.
I was about to say it's not in a Guinness class. You would have done the Guinness challenge by then.
No, it's not, and we have like 3.
We do. I literally have one down there. I thought it'd be funny.
Funny?
Yeah. I mean,
Guinness is no game, son.
Pepsi can, Coca-Cola glass.
Cam, Paddy, do you know of the Guinness challenge though? Also, explain.
If you don't know what the Guinness challenge is, just look up shit London Guinness on Instagram. Tells you all you need to know about the rules, and it's more than rules. It's a way of life.
Shit, London Guinness aren't paying us to say this. But
No, just huge fans.
Is that like a badly poured Guinness then?
No.
No, it gives you
fucking worst.
It gives you a list of like the worst rated places for a Guinness in London, and it's like hysterical.
It's like the Bible.
Is it that like? Is it that bad?
Bible.
You getting some eggy fucking pints here, or like?
Yeah.
Literally, I've been so scared because I work as a bartender in Bethnal Green. I was very scared at one point that the Guinness that I poured during the hottest day of the year, where everything was frothing up like fuck. It was going to feature on that page, but thank God,
no!
He didn't come. He was in a
Just
pub
so
down
safe.
the road on his Instagram story. So.
Oh, that's rough. As a fellow bartender. And Nick, I'm sure you can relate. Like, I feel that pain of pouring a shit Guinness.
No, all perfect all the time.
You're in denial.
All right, just me then. He says with
I got you.
He says with a clover, like an Irish bar t-shirt on his
Step up the game, bro.
Well, this was a bar in Canada, the Blarney Stone, and I will say it was a really good pint of Guinness. For people who weren't Irish, I thought they smashed it.
That's insane.
So I had to get a t-shirt.
No, that's fair. I appreciate the supporting the cause, you know.
Oh yeah, 100%. Rep the cause every single day. Guinness till I die, even though I've got like 6 Heinekens in the fridge.
Okay.
All right. So, how did the band start? I personally know, but let's.
Yeah.
You were there for half of it. I'm pretty sure. No, so essentially the way Charlie and I met, I was in some really horrendous alt-rock bands at the time. And for some reason, you just couldn't hold down a singer, this project.
Singers are an issue when you're a teenager.
Yeah, for sure. We ended up going to the worst nightclub in Guildford. And I was going around the smoking area on a freshers event for our uni. I was going, do you sing? Do you sing? Not even looking at these people's faces, just staring at my phone, just going, yeah, I found one singer. Yeah, I found 2 on the group chat. It was hilarious. Then you ended up holding my cig or something.
Yeah, he didn't even say that to me. I was there with some friends. We'd seen a show or something. And he came up to me in the smoking area and he was just like, yo, hold my cig. So I was like, all right. I held it. He just went inside. I was like, okay. He came back like 2 minutes later, took the cig, and then asked if I sang.
There you go.
And I was like, yeah, sure.
That was the birth of a beautiful relationship.
That's how we met. Yeah.
Did you just go back inside to do like a reference, like a background check on him or something? You just.
I mean, I'd like to think at like 2:30 in the morning I had the sensibility to do such a thing. But let's be real. I'm pretty sure it was either a shots round or I just really needed the bathroom.
Yeah.
Tactical chug.
Yeah, well,
I think TC.
Yeah,
TC.
Tactical Thunder.
maybe. I was pretty wabbed, and I don't actually remember this night. I've just seen
Wabbed.
TV clips.
Yeah, no. The worst thing was he didn't even fucking remember because, like,
Yeah.
I gave him my number and he never called or like messaged or anything. So I was like, oh, all right, fuck this guy. So I went on, join my band.
Oh
Website.
God.
Yeah.
Right, so I went and joined my band, and I was like
Memory.
looking for shit, and it was like, yeah, singer for like alt rock bands, whatever. I was like, oh, okay, I'll do this. I turned up to the fucking rehearsal, and it's just him stood there, and I'm like, it's you motherfucker. Yeah, and then that band fell apart. We did another band.
So that wasn't even Crashface.
No, bro, no. Yeah.
That's also another thing I wanted to discuss, like previous work. Like, obviously I know, but not everyone else knows. So
Yeah.
previous work, previous projects that you've been a part of, and you've like people that you collaborated with. But like in terms of like the history of things, like you guys definitely do have a history with each other and with bands and other members. But what actually made you guys decide, fuck everything else, we work better together, let's just do it? What came to that decision?
I mean, so we were in a band previously that we did some cool stuff. Made a lot of memories.
It was basically just like getting as shit faced as you could, and then
and it was kind of like the equivalent to basically university or freshers constantly for 3 years. Or something like that.
But then that ended. We took like a year.
Yeah, but both of us went off and explored different projects.
We took like a year off, and like I joined a couple of bands, he joined a couple of bands, and then
just nothing really clicked.
Yeah,
really
it all
worked.
kind of sucked, and it didn't suck, but it wasn't as cool as this.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I was writing some songs that were like Crashface-y vibe sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I was originally planning on like just being like my thing, like just doing like a stage name, Crash, whatever. And then I realized I needed someone who was actually good at like recording and production shit because I suck at it. So I was like, oh, Otto does it. So I got back in touch with him, and then he helped me out on those tracks. And then we were just like, you know what, fuck it, let's
try and write a song together.
Let's write it together, and it was really good. So
it just ended up clicking, and
yeah,
here we are today.
That's it. It's basically like, because we've got our own studio here, that was like the driver for it. It was just like, this guy knows what he's doing, so we can make shit like anytime.
Yeah.
And I bet that must feel really good now, obviously, with the pandemic situation, being able to just continuously do your own shit in your house and not have to go anywhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we had more computing power, maybe we'd be able to do more, because at the minute I'm getting spinny wheel of death. Like, it's not even letting me play half the projects we have anymore. They're just that intense. But yeah, no, it's I feel very lucky to have a setup in which we can just sit down and work. Although I would quite enjoy it if it were not in the same place as I sleep.
Yeah. I that.
This is the way of the struggling musician. You just got to play with the cards you dealt, I guess. It's because I totally feel your pain. Like with my own project, it is every single day sat in front of a computer in your own living room, and
for sure.
the smell of your dinner still lingering around you.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And like the thing is, because we've been doing this like since we were in those bands before this, and
it's like the studio's always been my laptop, my monitors
in the most
my
like
room.
antisocial, lonery way. Nothing's really changed.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we're still just sat in front of computers writing songs.
Just a different box.
Different
locations.
You kind of talking about your process. What is the writing process? Who comes to who with what?
So recently, a lot of it's been Charlie coming. He's made some noises, and he's put a guitar track to it.
Yeah.
And all you can hear on his demos is from the cymbals.
And then he takes it away, and I always get so vexed. But yeah, I'll just basically write tracks at the moment, and then bring them in here, and we'll actually re-record them to sound good.
I mean, there have been a few that we've kind of stumbled across when we were trying to do other songs and stuff like that, and then you play a riff, or like we load up an old session or something like that, and it's we're both just like, all right, we're vibing this today. Let's fuck with this.
Yeah, it's just fucking around with shit until something clicks.
Yeah.
Like a good way I like to look at it is like I have so many like skeletons of songs just like on my hard drives, and like the good thing I look at it is like if you go back to it like a week after you first wrote it and you're still digging it, then it's something you should like do something with. But there are so many that I need to fucking delete because they just suck.
Oh yeah, straight up. I've got ones. So I went through and I cleaned up my computer. From all the detritus of my early writing career, and fuck me, there is some absolute trash on there. Like in my Britain, it would be punishable by death. Like that bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you live, you learn, and you never make those mistakes again. That's
you say that, but we always end up making those mistakes.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
While we're talking about the writing process, I really wanted to ask Otto something about a particular drum break in System at It. There's a drum break around 2 minutes 30, and I just love the production. I was wondering if you might want to talk about like you kind of.
Was that the really janky film?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like low pass, and it goes like really kind of distorted.
Yeah, like dig. Yeah. I know the film you're on about. So that one.
Oh, is that where the screen?
Yeah. So we actually our first 2 tracks we went up to a studio called All Silk Studios. Hi Ed. I love you, Ed. Missed you. Long time. Yeah. So we went up with a guy called Ed Hall. I'd worked with him previously. Yeah. I'd worked with him previously on a couple different bands' records, which was very fun. Lovely guy, really knows his shit. And we went to record in his new studio space called All Silk.
Good time.
Yeah, no, it was a very good, 2-3 days?
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. We had our drummer, not Mac, Tom.
The other one.
Come and record in an actual room. Sadly, a computer doesn't have limbs.
Yeah.
So,
can't do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just took about four to 5 takes of just that fill and did something that was super syncopated, and then he managed to justify it. In theory, it works. It just sounds super janky.
That is every drummer.
Totally cool,
but
He's like, trust me, it works.
It does. Like,
it doesn't, but it works.
Like, so it sounds like he's going really weird, because then it's the it is not on beat. That's I think a third of a beat too late or something.
Yeah,
as soon as I came in, my face just screwed up, and it was ecstasy. That was so tasteful, man. Like,
it was crazy.
Like it puts the whole song into reverse. It's so cool.
No, that's really cool of you to say, man. Like, thank you. He did the fill. He planned to do it on the beat, but he didn't, which he said on the car ride back down when we'd chosen everything. It just worked.
What did we have on the demo before he did that?
The fill on the demo before,
was it just snare?
It was just a huge snare roll with like that, and that's it. Like it was.
I think it was just snare. Yeah.
But yeah, thank the Lord
really
for Thomas Shrimpton. Also love you long time.
That does sound like every other drummer ever, because they try and justify something that they only want to do because they want to do it, not because. The afterthought is that it might make the song sound better, but it's just
in this case, it did.
That I can do.
Yeah.
No, we got lucky. Everybody gets one.
I'm
watching out for him again.
When we did the first comp of it, I genuinely thought it was a mistake.
Yeah, same. And then he somehow, I think he justified it after like three pints of Big Wave.
Yeah, and Ed was saying that it was sick as well. So it's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, you know what, we are almost outnumbered here. So.
But now we don't have anyone chatting back about our drums because.
Yeah, I do miss a real studio though.
Oh yeah.
Do you find that's where you flourish in, is like when you actually get into that recording space, or is it the process before that you find the best part of your creativity?
I definitely think it's the whole like construction of the song that I think's the best and that I enjoy doing the most. Like it's so cool because when we did System,
That's celebrating.
yeah, when we did System, I was literally coming at it from the standpoint of like, right, there's the guitars, there's the bass, there's the drums, there's the vocals. All right, done. Let's record it. But like after recording all these songs for the past year and like collaborating with people we have, seeing how much they add to it and like what they add, now it's like I could genuinely add to a song for fucking ever. But
yeah, for sure.
It's just not logical. But like now there's just like so much building, so interesting to do. So I think writing a song for me is like the best.
Like, yeah, for me, one of the best feelings for sure is once you get an idea for a song, you flesh out in a night or over 2 days, then you add all like electronics and stuff that just shouldn't work, but it does.
Yeah,
it's really, really cool.
It's like painting a picture.
Yeah, no, Bob Ross, man.
Players, mate.
Happy
don't
little
make mistakes,
synths.
just happy accidents.
Yeah, paint by numbers for me. More than anything. At the end of the day, it's really cool to actually, I guess, because it is in our house, or my bedroom, at least not our bedroom. Sorry, my bedroom. It's just very weird to disassociate yourself from work and then rest. So actually going to a space that is, not necessarily completely alien, but something that's not really in your comfort zone, something that's not really where you spend your everyday.
Yeah.
It's so much can be said for actually heading to an actual studio and doing it.
Plus, technology is just fucking amazing. Like, if you told me when I was like writing my first shitty songs at like 13 or 14, like in a few years you can like put strings in there, you could put like synth pads and all these weird sound effects, I would have thought you were fucking crazy.
You can do that in GarageBand now.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, straight up.
I was sort of kind of on the same line in terms of you talking about all these different sort of sounds and stuff that you put into your music. When I was listening to your music before, there was a few influences that stood up, things that I thought could sound like influences, and I'll ask you after what your actual influences are. But to me, when I listened to some of them, I was getting like, the Origin of Symmetry album by Muse, which is like their second one, 1990.
Big up.
1999.
That's a first.
I think that was the third. I think that was the third album. It was after
So, because you had Showbiz and then
Absolution and then
and then
and then the other thing that I've heard a lot of was early Prodigy, like Fat of the Land Prodigy, and like in the vocals, in the synths, like there was so many things that like that's where it took me to in my head. But is that kind of where your influences lie? What is the actual sort of main influence, if there is one?
Well, yeah, I mean, Prodigy for sure. Yeah, no, big up, Kieran.
Yeah, Prodigy. That comes from our friend Kieran.
Yeah.
He does a lot of extra production and layers for us, and he used to be in the Prodigy, so that would make sense.
Whoa.
And we do, I mean, the Prodigy are definitely a influence anyway. Like, it's just that British snotty fucking.
I was gonna say, especially with your vocals, I get like, it takes me back. Like, you're not the same, but it has that same attitude, that same energy.
Yeah.
Very visceral.
No, cool, man.
For me, it's My Chemical Romance. Like all day,
Big
every
up.
day.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah. Pretty much every song I write is like ripping one of theirs off. So,
What's your favorite My Chem song? I've got to ask. I love My Chemical Romance.
Thank you for the venom.
No.
Or 0%. 0% for me.
That's a shout. That's a shout, is it?
I've got to say, Goes to You. Goes to You is the one.
Goes to You.
With that
And
video,
did you see that live from Mexico? Ooh.
No, the video, the music video literally makes me cry every single time. That Soldier thing is like, nah, I'm done.
I have to
I
say
think-
either Sleep or Head First for Halos.
Yeah.
Big up.
Great tune.
I love that song so much. I need to get a tattoo of that, actually.
Oh, big.
I've always been, you know what they do to guys like us in prison? Is that the one?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, no way. He's got the vinyl.
That was going to be one of my other questions. What is your favorite vinyl that you own? What is your favorite vinyl record that you own?
For sure, this was given to me by my
Oh, wow.
Here we go with the MCR merch.
That is
It's all
devotion.
coming out now, boys.
no.
For the listeners, For the listeners, that was a Funko Pop model of.
Hang on, we got something even better, guys.
Oh, Danger Days poster.
And this is all just behind the computer. Like you.
Oh yeah, no. This is all like half of that was in Charlie's room. The vinyl's in my.
Is it just a shrine? You have a shrine built for it.
Yeah, no. But we pray to our Lord and Savior Jared every day. But yeah, no. It's Mike Emma for sure. Like on both of our lists of huge influences.
Again, I'm not even kidding. They're my only influence. I don't listen to any other music.
I mean, if you guys are familiar with, for me at least, Placebo, huge fan.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know, Brian Molko, it's just absolute genius.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he's done, I've loved. So them, yeah. Trying to think of anyone else. Obviously, you know, bands like Paramore and stuff like that, and all the old emo bands that we all grew up on and stuff like that. That's.
I hope you don't resent this. I hear a lot of sleeves in your guitar production.
Yeah, people have said that.
Yeah, that's the first I'm hearing of that. I mean,
no, what song was it people said was Slazy? I think it might be.
Boom, probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of late 90s, early noughties kind of style of music.
Yeah.
For sure. Basically anything that featured on Jimmy Kimmel between the years of like, I don't know, 2000, 2006. Like,
amazing.
That's about where we'll go with the influence bracket.
Oh, recently Bring Me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, they've been a big old influence.
Well, they're working with Mick Gordon as well, doing more electronic
stuff.
stuff.
Exactly. So cool.
Yeah.
I still need to finish Doom Eternal.
Dude, that soundtrack for Doom
Eternal,
unreal. It's ridiculous. It has no right to be that fat. Like how dare?
And he's the nerdiest looking guy ever. He is like Mick Gordon is the nerdiest looking guy. And you see him on stage with Matt Halpin with this huge H string in like a nice shirt and tie.
But like the dude shreds.
Yeah,
Everything he writes is literal gold dust.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I have nothing but respect for that man.
100%.
If you are listening, please.
Yeah, get in touch with these guys and do everything for them.
Yeah, please. We actually in Molotov, we actually had a layer in there that was programmed to sound like overproduced, like Mick Gordon guitars.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're ripping that guy off left, right, and center.
Yeah, no.
I mean, his sound is like, because of that Doom soundtrack, that stuff is, and obviously working with Bring Me, it's now just becoming like the forefront of like the way he gets those, like the 8-string to sound like an 8-bit sort of synth.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Crazy.
Like, it's so good.
I think he's a big fan of like Meris pedals as well.
Yeah.
Yes, they got the Otto bit pedal. And,
yeah.
That's like 8-bit granular shit. It's so cool.
Yeah.
For all you nerds out there.
Yeah.
For all the geeks listening. So if we take a little break and we'll come back after that, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. No worries. Yeah.
Welcome back. We had a nice little break. Welcome back to the doghouse.
Woof woof. One.
Woof woof.
Woof woof.
Arf, arf.
Trademark.
We're with Crashface again, Otto and Charlie, lovely boys, and we're all now on the drinks now. We're all on.
Yeah,
we are.
It was a slow progression, but we're here.
Yeah,
cheers,
lads.
Got the Stein.
Got the Stein. Yes.
So the first thing now I want to ask you, or kind of talk about, because obviously, like I said to you guys when we were off the camera, is that I'd only got into you through Nick. I hadn't actually heard of you guys before. So I was checking out your work and digging up some research on you. And I was looking through your Facebook and I was like, how long have they been active for? And then I seen it's literally been like a year and a half, 2 years that you guys have actually been putting out music like online, as far as I can see. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, Crash started a year and a month ago.
Not even. It was like Crash started like a year, 2 weeks ago. Like we've just turned 1.
Yeah, no. We are literally infants.
Well, happy birthday to Crashface then. The thing that blows my mind about that is how much you've actually accomplished in that time for an independent band.
Yeah.
You've been on Radio 1 with Dan P. Carter, which to me is like the goal of goals. I've listened to Dan P. Carter since he first went on the radio doing that shit. Like when he used to play Bastions, Good Time Boys, Rollo Tomasi, all that shit. Like that was where I was at. And you've supported Wargasm as well, which is
online,
virtually.
I mean, that's still a gig at the moment. You know, it's more than more than most of us can say. But the thing is, you've also just signed to Marshall Live Agency. So tell me about that. How did that come about? Well, so how did any of it come about? How did the Dan P. Carter stuff and the Marshall?
Hard work, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, so the whole thing is, in previous bands and previous endeavors, we have both. I don't want to say learned a lot of lessons, but you kind of learn. It's just trial and error. You learn how you should present yourself, how engagement happens online and stuff like that. And there are loads of ways you can kind of dive into it that aren't necessarily creative. But I think the biggest metric you can judge anything by for sure is just whether or not it makes whether or not it's something that you enjoy doing. And like if it's something that you genuinely believe in and something that you genuinely enjoy doing, that you think you should share with the world, that's kind of how all the good shit comes. Because prior to this, we were trying so much shit that just wasn't really it's fun and all that, but it wasn't really what anyone wanted to hear, I don't think. Whereas now it's very much we have kind of hit a weird niche, I'd say, between electronica and punk, pop punk, and a bunch of genres. So it's very cool having the freedom to explore that. And I think that kind of risk we took in putting out the first few songs being very different gave us a platform to kind of have these conversations with these people who just they see what you're doing, they email you, you check it spam, obviously, and then conversations kind of progress from there.
How I've looked at it, like since we started and since I was like coming up with like initial branding ideas for like Crashface and everything, I've just looked at it as, okay, who do I really like at the moment? Who's doing really well at the moment? What are they doing? And what I've seen for a few years now, what I've been trying to implement ourselves, it's just like keeping people interested. It's such like a weird thing to say, but it's not all about the music. I don't like saying that because it should be, but unfortunately now it's not. You need it's
business. It's the industry.
Yeah. You need to create a brand that people want to come back and see. You need to create stuff that people want to look at. You need to keep people's attention.
I mean, visually, you do that very well. Charlie kind of is very much on the side of designing the aesthetic and designing, the kind of how everything looks, who we take our photos with.
It sounds like such a nerdy thing, but I fucking love social media.
Yeah, it's where it's at. Social media is it's everything. It's everything to be creative.
It sounds nerdy as shit, but I love planning out
campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, what we're gonna post, what that's gonna look like, what we're gonna do here. Like I love that shit. So.
He just goes like, share this video at 7 p.m. and it's like 7:03. And I'm just like, oh shit, I forgot to post it. Like ignoring everything else I'm doing, like on a busy shift or whatever, just run to my phone.
I did that the other day. I was sat down with my family. We were having dinner. Yeah. And they were like, Charlie, do you want to put your laptop away? And I was like, no, we've got shit going up at 7.
It's the way it is. You've got to be dedicated.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you have to be.
If you're not, people just aren't going to be as interested,
No.
Yeah, I think if you show how much you give a shit and how much it means to you. I think that always translates to the audience, and
Yeah.
they take that on board. Either they see it visually, or they kind of on a sub level, they kind of notice that, you know, on a subconscious thing, it rubs off on the audience. And I think it's obvious by watching you guys that not only are you passionate about what you do and the music that you're making, but also that your branding and your imagery is so well put together, but it also doesn't seem contrived or kind of like clout chasing. You are, you know, how some people could see it, because like obviously you've got really grungy aesthetics and stuff that are coming back into fashion, and like even artists like Billie Eilish are doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think.
We love Billie.
I mean, she's done insane though, like for reviving that whole kind of thing. And I think you guys have capitalized on a similar sort of thing, but it doesn't, for me anyway, because I usually pick up on that quite quickly, but it doesn't seem contrived. It doesn't seem like it feels like something natural for you guys as a project. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'd wholeheartedly agree with you on that, I'd say.
Yeah, and you know, believe me, we've had a couple of people asking us to make like TikTok accounts and shit. Like, you know, we're very aware of what's going on, so we're not gonna go down that route. I don't think.
I'm not gonna be selling my soul dancing.
I might. I don't know.
On a social.
I probably will. I probably will. All right. I'm just gonna say it.
So you're not gonna go to like down the OnlyFans route with?
No, see, I might. He won't. He can have TikTok. I'll have OnlyFans. How about
that? There we go. That's a split.
That is perfect.
That's marketing, right? It's, you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe each drummer you get involved, then just make them go and do all that shit.
Can you imagine a shrimp OnlyFans? Okay. Oh my god. His fiance would not be too happy, but you know what? He'd do it for us. I think he does owe me a lot of favors.
Money's money, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
Money is money at the end of the day.
Money's money. I mean, I will do some dangerous shit for like 200 quid.
Cash flows everything around me. That's it. Like 100%.
That's a whole different kettle of fish.
What?
So Nick, you were going to say about that. You were going to touch on the Wargasm stuff there as well.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on at the live stream performance that you guys have done. So though you have achieved live performances with Snake Eyes and Wargasm, what effect has it had on you not being able to have live performances? But saying that, you guys have announced that you will be performing at the Grace on the 27th of November. How excited are you to be finally performing?
To see, you know, a tangible reaction to the music we've been putting out, and I guess has designed, by design, has in its entirety to be performed live.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic to finally gauge that reaction and see, you know, the natural progression of your music by playing shows, and then, you know, eventually getting bigger and bigger shows, you hope.
That's literally something I said to Otto the other day. I think it was yesterday. I was like, can you, what did I say? I asked you like, how much do you think it's going to like affect us, like actually getting to take this shit like live? Because it's, I don't want to, I don't want to sound weird or anything, but like we're such a unique sort of band.
Yeah. Like
all the bands that have started during this pandemic, they are a different sort of band because they've had to prioritize, you know, things that normal bands wouldn't to keep people interested because you can't play live. So I'm very curious.
Which has been a blessing for a lot of people. I think there have been so many creative avenues that people have gone down, you know, like Static Dress. They've done so well.
They have capitalized it so well.
You know, Architects playing like live at the Albert Hall. You know, I paid like a 15 quid ticket to watch that. You know, it was sick. But it wasn't the same. You know, and there's only at the end of the day, the internet is all just fucking figures. And I mean, obviously everything's a goddamn binary. But like at the end of the day, all you get out of it is a number, and you know.
Yeah.
There's only so much pleasure you can get out of
numbers.
Yeah, out of numbers.
Yeah, taking these songs to the stage is going to be.
Yeah.
I'm curious. That's the thing I'm going to say.
It's odd ticking off. You know, like you said earlier, Radio 1 or whatever. That's you know, that's a dream. That's crazy. You know that should, you know, I don't feel like we've kind of nearly earned that, but do I think our music's good enough to be that? Yes.
Yeah.
But whether or not we've earned it is an entirely kind of different story in a way, because we haven't grafted through those live shows in this project.
Yeah. That's the thing. We had this one comment. We had this one fucking comment on Twitter, and it was this band who were like, "Oh, it's so depressing seeing these guys get played on Radio 1 and they've got like 300 followers." And I was like, dude, what do you mean? Like, it's a fucking number. Like, it's not about numbers. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes it is. But in this case, and then I looked at his band profile and I was like,
maybe there's a reason why you guys got played and they didn't. Like, for sure.
I mean, it's like we have cut our teeth in you know, prior projects, and you know, we've gone through this. Like, we used to sleep in my mum's Prius in parking lots near Manchester or Liverpool or whatever. Like, you know, we've done that. Like, 4 of us in all our gear, like with guitars on our laps.
We've played a shitload of shows.
It's not as if it's all come easy and this is the first time we're, you know, chancing our luck at this music thing. You know, it's, you know, we have given it our all before, and now we just kind of have the sensibility to realize, I guess, how to do it better.
I think that's the most important thing as well, is that because you have had that experience prior to it, you know, like I think even with big celebrities, you Billie Eilish and whoever, people at that kind of level, people just, obviously because of social media and media the way it is, people see it at face value, like, oh, well, they're famous and they've done nothing to achieve that. Like, they just, someone picked them up and now they're famous. But it's quite easy to forget the amount of work that you put in behind the scenes and what you've done. I mean, you're musicians and you're producers, so you've geared your whole life for that moment in the hope that you can actually make it there to that sort of level of success, wherever that is on the scale. And I always find it funny that people sort of are quick to attack people in terms of their success. And it's like, well, why can't we be celebrating that? And it's like, well, if they've done it, then you can do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like,
you know, you just have to put in that work. And also the fact that your name was sort of on the scene already because you've been gigging. All these little things add up. And I think, you know, and props to you guys. You've done fucking insane things within like a year.
No, I mean, I appreciate it. It's just, it's been odd. It's obviously not kind of how you thought it would be when you kind of make these steps and do
it. Never is.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, what a way to remember it by, you know, they're doing it during a global pandemic is
we're a COVID band, straight up.
Yeah.
And arguably that is like, it's more remarkable. Can't speak. It's more remarkable that you actually got picked up in that sense than through sort of like gigging as a band, because like
this is when we actually play live and it fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
And everyone drops us.
This is where it bombs. Marshall like, nah. Dan P. Carter just like writes you off his contacts. Like, never again.
He just sends a very strongly worded, like handwritten letter saying you guys are shit. Like,
don't ever speak to me and my son ever again. Like,
although Jacob Harry Carter's fashion line is fucking phenomenal. So
I haven't seen that actually.
So good.
It's a good time.
So good. Genuinely, like that dude's design shit for like Ollie Sykes and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I will have to check that out.
Crazy. So Dan P's son has done it all off his own back as well. So big up.
That's so sort of like on a tangent. It just reminded me. I was watching footage of Sepultura playing. I think it was like Bloodstock 2018 or something. And Max Cavalera brought his son on to play drums for Sepultura.
Sick.
And his son, even though Max Cavalera is as famous as he is, and Sepultura are like the gods of metal.
Yeah,
he
for
still
sure.
had to work his ass off as a musician. His
yeah.
dad's not let him sort of just like, you know, he's just letting him come on stage because it's a nice father-son thing. But like the guy's been working his ass off behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
I mean, have you seen Wolfgang Van Halen's album? So obviously his dad being Eddie Van Halen of Van Halen. Wolfgang, he just released, I think it was like the second or third song off that album, and it is, you know, he's been working on this record for like 5 years, and it's fucking phenomenal. Like, if you want sort of, I guess, Echo, Silence, Patience, Grace era Foo Fighters back, listen to Wolfgang.
Okay.
So
Okay.
cool. So cool.
You want to know something funny?
Of course.
No.
we
Yeah,
got
suck that off.
we got an offer to play Bloodstock.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
really?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I was so confused.
Like the whole thing is like the guys who we got told that the people who run it quite like us.
Yeah.
They think what we're doing is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But did we want our first show?
Yeah, because if we would take it and it goes ahead in the summer, then it would be our first gig.
Yeah. Like, did we want our release into the wild?
Yeah.
Per se.
It was essentially just a game of association. Like,
yeah, for sure.
We didn't want our first show to be at like this uber metal festival.
Do I want to play Bloodstock? Yes.
Oh yeah, next year.
Mm.
Next year we'll take a look, but not this one.
No.
So there was that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's on the cards possibly for the future, but
I'm not guaranteeing anything,
No.
but it's there,
But
I mean, that's a nice offer to have though on the table. That is yeah. And I think you should feel quite proud in just that alone, is the fact that these people who are running one of the biggest metal festivals of all time have shown interest. I think that shows that obviously there is quality to your content.
Yeah.
It's not just they're not just
Well,
like
it's-
cloud chasing again.
I've been looking at it as like the whole integration thing that happened with Reading and Leeds. Like that was like, basically a rock festival, and then they started doing like the first load of pop acts or whatever. Some people fucking hated it, but it did increase numbers for the festival so fucking much, and it did the festival so much good. So I'm thinking like, if this like trash pop punk band can play like this metal festival, and people actually be into it, like that would be such a cool thing.
yeah. I mean, I think once sort of the music we have been writing is out into the world, I think we'll fit it
Oh yeah,
a lot better.
For
A
sure.
lot better. So
Okay.
I don't think it's the right time for us now, but that's not to say that I'm not very excited to eventually play that.
yeah.
So does that mean your content's getting heavier then, or?
So it's really weird. The first two tracks we released,
Let's say yes. Let's say yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go with yes.
Considering that Molotov Smile is in drop C-sharp
Oh.
tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I was saying, going to the studio for the first time, we were kind of debating what songs we wanted to take up, and we only had time to record two. We thought we'd go very opposite ends of the spectrum, so it leaves you a lot of scope to be creative in the middle of that, and you can kind of expand further either side if you want to. So let's just say our next stuff is kind of, it's broad.
Yeah, it's
For sure.
yeah, broad, great word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Range for all you meme kids.
Yes.
In
That
other
is-
words, bring me that horizon.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Why is all the rum gone?
But sorry, just a kind of question on the side of that as well. Do you ever see Crashface becoming a bigger band, or is it important for you guys to stay very much as a duo and just incorporate other musicians into it as and when?
I'm at the minute. I'm so comfortable with the fact that it's just us two.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of. It's a lot easier at this stage, certainly, to deal with, little things.
Yeah.
There are so many little, like irritations that come along that could really, for some reason, piss off a drummer or I don't know, another guitarist or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's very easy between us. We literally just have a conversation.
Yeah. Because we're creatively we're very similar.
Yeah.
So
But also very different.
yeah, but like we don't have a hard time like communicating ideas really.
No.
But if we were to add like
If something's shit, like we just tell
Yeah,
each other
yeah,
it's
yeah.
shit.
If something sucks,
let's,
we're like,
let's make it better.
no, that sucks, let's do something else. But
Yeah.
if you throw like 2-3 other people in the mix and you're trying to please everyone, it's like
it just gets a bit weird.
you're just saturating the original idea then.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Yeah, keep it short and simple. Even there have been a lot of successful bands such as 21 Pilots, White Stripes.
yeah, exactly.
Like if they can do them, why can't you do it?
No, exactly. I mean, it's not as if that's like So the reason why we're doing this is to,
I mean,
get to that stage. No, I personally really enjoy the creative process.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's just fun writing with them.
Our touring musicians, obviously, like when it comes to the live show, they're gonna have, you know, their own free reign on like certain bits, whatever. Because undoubtedly, like whoever we get to play whatever is a lot better than we are.
Yeah.
So
we both suck.
Yeah. So like, if you want to fucking shred for this bit, you go ahead. But when it comes to like, you know, the process of writing and branding and everything, that's just us.
Yeah, which is arguably, you know, just as an important a part.
Yeah,
nowadays.
For sure.
So, just feel very lucky that we have the time.
Yeah, I think not in a sort of kiss arsey way either. I'm totally not about that. Totally not about that.
Okay.
But pucker up, boys. But not in a kiss arsey way. I do see potential and big potential with what you guys are doing, because I think you definitely have something unique about not only your sound, but obviously your aesthetic, your branding. I think you guys are very, like you said, you are very aware of what you guys are doing in every sort of stage. And I think that will always pay off. I think I'm looking forward to seeing where you guys go. Honestly, I'm really excited to see you.
Yeah. No. Well, you better be coming along to the first show.
Yeah. Wait. Where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in Liverpool, so Manchester, Liverpool. Come up here. We'll start doing. The aim is for Sundog to start putting on live events as well when we can. So when that comes around, we'll actually, we'd love to get you guys in a little thing. We'll start putting some gigs on. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think people in Liverpool would definitely love your sound as well, for sure.
Take a look at it, yeah.
So I wanted to thank you boys for obviously coming on and being a part of it. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us, man. Anytime.
Where can people find you? Tell us your handles and all that stuff.
Fucking shit.
At Charlie Hintoff.
Yeah.
.co.uk.
Well, no, okay, so
.org.
Crashface.online. You can go there. You can check out merch. You can check out the tour. Singular date that's currently
singular date. Definitely no more being added onto that tour. Don't check that. Stay away from that. Spoiler alert.
We've got everything on Spotify. That's just Crashface. Instagram, I think, is just Crashface. Facebook and Twitter are Crashface UK.
Why don't we just make everything the same one?
You didn't want to go for Crash.
We can't, because they're taken.
They're taken?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Right? The Crashface on, what was it? I think on Twitter or on Facebook is just like this kid who lives in like North Africa or something.
Oh, you showed me this.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Like,
so jokes.
But like, I don't really want to message you and be like, yo, can you like give us your name? So,
do an audio slave.
Yeah, I mean,
like that guy Crashface on Twitter. It was.
Oh no, the guy on YouTube.
The guy on YouTube. It's literally just this guy going.
He's got 2 videos, and they're just of him shirtless in a mirror ripping bongs.
Yes. Let that man keep his name. Let that man.
No, exactly. Like we have no right to take that gold off the internet.
Get him in the team. Get him as like your Bez from Happy Mondays.
Content creator. I think we've got him.
You just need a guy who comes on stage shirtless and rips bongs.
Yeah, that's got
next merch design.
Tony, the interpretive dancer for Nirvana. We just get Crashface to go rip bongs.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Bong ripper. Yeah, absolutely. You might get in some more hot water with that though, but
yeah. Was that everything? Buy tickets to London if you're in London or around London.
And what's the date again?
That's 27th of November.
So after furlough ends and after restrictions will hopefully be for their final time.
Hopefully. If you don't live in London or near London, we might have you sorted.
Maybe.
But
potentially.
We'll see.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you guys, and everyone listening. You can read a more formal and concise interview with these guys in our zine. And we hope to see you guys again soon.
Thanks for sure. Yeah, no, we look forward to doing this again in 1 year to the day. Thursday, 11th of March, 2022. See you guys there.
I'll pencil it in. I'll make sure I'm not doing anything. Hopefully we don't have another pandemic and we can actually hang out in person.
No, exactly. I'm looking forward to that.
Fun fact, 22nd of March 2013 was when MCL broke up.
Oh.
4 days before my birthday.
Yeah, but let's just hope that was it July 18th or June 18th?
Oh, who knows?
Wait, Charlie, didn't you post something on Twitter about them rumored to be making some music again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of their new fucking merch designs. It's got like some weird symbols and shit on it, and people are like decoding it. It's a pretty cool T-shirt actually. So go give it a look and figure out for yourself.
We plug in My Chemical Romance.
I
now.
sure hope so.
Yeah, they are paying us to say this.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Build up hype.
It's not as if they need the PR.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us, man. Nice to meet you guys.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, much love, guys.